random things. Okay. Yes. Do 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 do. Live chat. And now I have to post it everywhere else. Usually I could do it before, but at the same time, it's like interesting doing it in the middle of the process. Okay. There we go. Fuck. Where is it? You got games on your phone? You got games on your phone, fellas? All right. So let me just post that. Perfect. Still doing a little setup. And am I forgetting something? No, that should be it. Okay. Little setup, little setup. Only took like 2 minutes. It's not that much. It ain't much, but it's honest work. All right. Hello, hello everybody, and welcome to the stream. I'm gonna be a little bit more monotone and not so energetic because right now it's almost like 12 a.m. in the morning. And plus I got people sleeping. So if I sound like I'm just like low voice and shit, that's unless you know why. Okay, so I'm gonna get this show. Sweet. Exposed. Sweet. Channel. Yo, look at that shit. So, I was being told now about this situation. To be fair, like I don't look very hard into topics or don't look hard into, you know, what the community has been doing for the last couple of weeks, because I'm just invested into a couple of other things that I'm more interested about than what the community is doing, because for all I know, it's going to be some like drama or some VTuber shit, whatever. You know what I mean? But I got a couple of people that were not exactly requesting, but they were asking me like about this topic, this story right here. And I was like, okay, instead of just doing a video about it, because whenever I do videos, it tends to be very short, and I'm just like, oh, well, sucks to be you. Okay. That's usually what it tends to happen, because every single time when there's a controversy that is like a little bit similar than the last time, I'm like, well, have you guys not paid attention for the last 5 years? What the fuck is wrong with you? All right. I've already done that like a couple of times, and afterwards I'm just like, at this point I'm just repeating myself. But I want to see this video right here, the remember stuff. Now, I don't watch lore YouTubers anymore because, as you already know, 40k is no canon, that I've been repeatedly saying in every single video that I've been saying. But I've heard of him, but I've never watched his works ever. Yeah, I don't recall if I ever stumbled on his work, so he's probably like a more of a later YouTuber that was after the whole animation purge and all that shit. So because I used to watch like some 40k YouTubers and all that, but I try to mainly just read the books and all that. So he wasn't. He seems like he wasn't around 2020. Actually, let me check his channel. Oh, thank fuck it doesn't autoplay. 2021. So more or less after it happened. Interesting. All right, let me just say hello to the ones in the chat. Nyrium, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Hello and welcome. Random Gamer, hello, senor. That's a Trash Panda, of course. Of course. Don't you guys admire this art right here? Would you look at that? It's perfect. It's perfect. And hello, Panda. Hello. Hello and welcome. So, yeah. So, pretty much, let's get right into it. And then I'll pause when I need to and say things that I need to and all that. You know how it goes and all that shit. So, let's see what he has to say and what the topic is about. And I'll see how long the video takes, but if it takes too long, then maybe I might save the video, other videos that I might watch for another time. Because I'm what was it? A wee tired. But that should be fine. Hey, Alien, welcome. Love your videos. Thank you, my good man. I'm doing a thumbs up. You can't see me because I'm not using a face cam. I should do that next time. Whenever I can't be fucked using a face cam, I just purposefully use a VTuber cam, a VTuber thing. And just be like, anyways, I can't be fucked doing my thing. So anyways, let's go with it. Let's see with this.
Hi everyone, it's the Remembrancer here, and I have some really bad news about the channel.
Hold up. Oh fuck. Wait. Wrong. Not the pause that I needed, but shit. All right, let's see.
On December 18th, a week before Christmas Day, I received a notification in my emails that the Remembrancer channel has been demonetized. I had looked,
hey,
my
Reptile
memberships
Nemesis.
were gone, and I was
Welcome.
not making any more revenue from any of the videos I've ever published. The entire channel, though still remaining, though still accruing watch time and views, is now making zero money to help fund it. I contacted my YouTube partner manager and some other people, and within a few days they got back to me on the 23rd of December, 2 days before Christmas, saying the appeal has been rejected. We stand by our decision. We are not going to give you any money for the channel. You will have to reapply for monetization in 3 months' time. A few days later, I received some messages from people who work at Google, not specifically YouTube, who are going to try and add their own endorsement to my case and get things escalated to have this resolved. But unfortunately, today, on the 30th of December, I have received another email from one of the people involved saying YouTube stands by their decision. I am now unable to reapply until March the 2nd for monetization again. It's been an incredibly...
That sounds like a lot. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of old YouTube used to be. And I'm surprised he didn't even mention that, he just goes on Twitter and just fucking, kneels and just harasses the shit out of YouTube until he gets monetized and all that shit. Because that's what essentially what you need to do on YouTube. Well, if you're like a bigger content creator, like what is his subs like? 154. Like, I don't know if this works anymore, but this is what many YouTubers used to do around like 2014, 2018. You get the gist. And whenever they get their video demonetized or their channel demonetized, they usually just go on Twitter and just essentially just harass the shit out of YouTube until they do something. Why? Because it's not a manual monetization. It's usually just from an algorithmic AI demonetization. So for him to be demonetized is fuck. Shit. I will mention something a bit extra later, but every each to his own, really. But that sounds very familiar story, but sorry, I'm just thinking the old days now. But yeah, no, that genuinely sucks when it happens, especially when you do like long work and like, a long career and all that and only rely on YouTube. But I will say, though, which I'll mention later, YouTube is not a reliable income source and should never be. And you should have a backup plan if anything ever happens. That's all I'm going to say.
Stressful few weeks, especially with the timing just before Christmas. I've basically had to keep this under wraps for my family for a few days so that they weren't, it wasn't ruining their Christmas. And,
yeah, pretty much.
It's been really tough to have to understand that, although I've had the revenue in from November, I might not make the money that I made halfway through December. It's a few £1,000s that might now never reach my bank account for January. And then I won't make money January, February, March. It won't be at minimum until April that the main channel will make money. And there is a colossal problem with trying to get the channel back on track. I have been marked as a inauthentic creator or making inauthentic content. The policies involved were updated back in July, but long story short, this is a means for YouTube intentionally trying to get rid of spam content. And I think also to flag low effort AI stuff from overtaking the channel. And quite ironically, I've been hit by it. In the last few weeks,
I'll pause that a bit, but I haven't heard any development that was really the case with YouTube. Maybe I might need to double check on that, because why would you remove that type of content when it's in it keeps the algorithm happy and keeps the engagement in? So I don't think that is the case, and I disagree a little bit that YouTube is trying to remove like AI content and all that because of spam and all that, low effort content. Since fucking when did YouTube ever became a high quality YouTube video? Ever since around 2012 or 2014, it has to a certain extent gone a little bit downhill. Because what was it? 2012 used to be about, gamers. Like PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye and all that, Vanos Gaming, H2O Delirious, like with funny moments and all that. It was a lot of gaming content that was like the most dominant thing, right? And some of them were high quality, some of them were just low effort and all that. And my point really stands is, since when YouTube has ever been a high effort video, all they care right now is essentially, hey, if this makes our algorithm happy and gets a lot of engagement and all that, that's good for us. May give them money. That's it. So I kind of disagree with this a little bit on that one, that YouTube is trying to remove videos, because I have not heard any up-to-date on that. So, maybe I'm wrong, but I'll have to double check on that.
I've been Googling terms like, is the Remembrancer an AI channel? And one day it says, no, the Remembrancer isn't an AI channel, but he uses an AI voice,
hey, champion.
which I don't.
Hey, Professor.
Then I received another message saying, no, it's entirely
Asmodeus.
AI,
Amen.
and it isn't. And then yesterday I searched and it says, no, the Remembrancer is a human channel, but he might use AI for his voice, but he might not.
Ah, yes, the most highly reliable content, which is called Reddit. I love this. The Remembrancer YouTube channel is known for Warhammer 40k lore, and while there are a human-run channel focusing on history within the lore, the content is part of the broader trend where some other channels in the niche do use AI for voiceovers or content generation, leading to community discussion and concerns about authenticity, with some viewers flagging, wherever the fuck that name is, as an AI use, while the Remembrancer focuses on detailed lore. I would be very cautious when it comes to AI review, because you can always like press the little button on the bottom, and you can always okay, YouTube is trying to make me cough. Never speak the words. Yeah, you can just click the link and just check their sources. Always the double check. So it gets the things wrong. So always double check your shit.
Even Google's own search engine doesn't know what's going on, and it's been incredibly disheartening that 4 years of work and over 630 videos in the span of 4 years, putting in 100-hour work weeks and working my ass off, has resulted in me losing my main source of income. In this particularly difficult time for me, I would like to say there have been people who have come out to support me. I want to specifically mention the guys from Law Crimes who have said, until I'm whole again financially, I'm allowed to basically keep the revenue from law crimes to help me keep going to try and pay the bills and, pay tax and stuff. So
Okay, that's nice
I
of
do
them.
have savings, but I think by the end of this debacle, I probably won't have any savings anymore. My emergency fund should cover this, but basically, I really don't know where to go from here. YouTube has told me that I should continue making content for my viewership in order to keep the channel strong, but they haven't told me specifically what videos they flagged, what specific reason why they think it is inauthentic content, and so I'm in a bit of a bind. If I put more content up right now, I could be feeding into their assumption that my content is inauthentic because they've not outlined specifically or even given me feedback beyond here are some vague policies which could apply to practically any YouTuber given enough leeway. I will not be standing idle during this time. I will be working on things. I have a new project in the works which will hopefully...
But you're demonetized. So why should you continue make content regardless? And this is the main problem for many, many years with YouTubers. Many YouTubers, they grow big, they get really successful really quick, they get a lot of income from YouTube, and then they never, ever have plan B. Because what happens if your YouTube channel just fell off? What happens, you're not getting the same income as you used to because it was very popular and all that shit. And the same happens with my channel. Like, it goes ups and downs every single fucking time. It goes ups and downs. But YouTube should not be your main income. But this is just me. You should always have a plan B on this. You can have a long ass career on YouTube as much as you want, but you should always have a plan B because not everything's got to last long. And not everything should last long. Some last longer than others, but then again, YouTube, ever since the ad apocalypse #1, because there were 2 of them that happened, YouTube has been the most unreliable main income of source. Because, now I'm trying to think, was it even harsher back then or now? But I think it's just more or less the same. You have to be really careful what you say, what topics you're talking about, and you have to worry about so many other things. And if you say the wrong thing, there goes your videos, or worse, your channel. So not only you have to worry so much with so much censorship on YouTube of what you have to say, but you have to also worry about, this might affect my income. And this is why I fucking point my finger on 40k YouTubers and all that. Because it's not just, okay, it's partly YouTube that affects them this, but it's also the fucking audience. Because they worry, because they mainly focus their YouTube channels as their main income source. But then again, you do you. For me, I already have my plan Bs. Already doing my plan Bs. And as much as I want to wish that YouTube could be my main income source, but I would work on other things just to have some security and some backup in case if my YouTube career doesn't go as intended. So, that's just me. Already got 4 minutes. It's going to be an hour video.
Countermand some of this and counterbalance it. And I will still be doing stuff on Law Crimes and Lodgecast, which are the podcasts I run alongside Hal, Eli, and Colin. But suffice to say, this is a pretty nasty way to end the year, especially within the Christmas period. To quote the partner support message I got from someone called GL, which starts off very strangely by saying, "Hi, little Andy." No idea what that's about. I hope you're all doing well. I appreciate your patience while I escalated your case to our internal team. They have now completed a full review of your channel regarding the suspension from YouTube Partner Program. Getting the YouTube channel monetization turned off can be quite concerning. Any creator in the same situation would feel the same way. Let me help you check the appeal outcome. We received an update from our internal team. Allow me to share it with you. I can see that your reappeal has been processed by our team. A final decision has been reached, and unfortunately the reappeal was still denied. This means the original suspension will stand. I know this is incredibly disappointing, especially after waiting for the escalation result. I really wish I had better news to share with you. We have reviewed your channel and found that a significant portion of your channel is not in line with our YouTube Partner Program policies. As of today, your channel is not eligible to monetize and will not have access to monetization tools and features. Please go to your monetization page to read more about the specific policy our specialists flagged. This is not very helpful.
Isn't it just amazing? Like, I'm kind of like almost repeating myself, but at the same time, it puts a smile on my face to see YouTube hasn't changed at all, where they like to be vague as possible, and they do not want to be very specific either. They want to keep you in mind as like, how do I explain this? It's like having a Nerf gun on your head with very specific ammunition. And they tell you there's a problem, but they never specify what the problem is, but there's just a problem. And they prefer it that way, so they can keep you like very worried. And also, how do I say this? There's a word for it. Fuck, in English second language at its finest. They want to keep you in the corner, essentially. You have to be careful what you think. You have to be careful of many other things, because maybe you just hit their algorithm again, their AI again. So I just love seeing that shit again. And I'm like, man, I love when they just being vague, because they will never ever tell you, because that's the way they want you to see. It's just amazing. I'll read a little bit of the comments and then I will just continue. I got a long list. Isn't YouTube just a small portion of the income? Don't YouTubers earn majority from sponsorships, gamer subs, Patreon, and selling merch? Yeah. It depends how you do it. Like, because maybe for smaller creators, maybe the YouTube income is their bigger thing. You know, it really depends which YouTuber it is and the size of them, but also, you know, how consistent they are with their viewers and then blah, 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 blah. So essentially, it depends who it is, big or small, because usually bigger ones tend to get a lot of sponsorships and they rely on that more than YouTube income. I love the Adpocalypse #2. That was fun. Funny enough, Twitch loves VTubers. Why are you mentioning them? And such. My brain hurty. Funny enough, Twitch loves VTubers and such. And fuck, I don't even trust YouTube more. But really shame. I have backups like Kick and as platform and such. Yeah, I've heard about Kick and all that, but at the same time, I've heard about like Kick in Australia that might. There's a potential that might remove that platform because of the whole social media ban. I haven't seen any implementation, but that's been the talks about it. So funsies. Kick is great, though tons more chat link spam bots. So be sure to set up the chat filter, otherwise it gets a bit annoying. Affiliate on Kick is a bit harder to get on Kick as well. Wait, affiliated on Kick is a bit harder. What do you mean by that? To get on Kick as well. I think what he meant to say is affiliate on Twitch is a bit harder to get on Kick. Well, okay, I'm hurting my brain. Okay, 12 a.m. brain. I can't. Hey Kenny, what's up? Just watching this video since I got a couple people talking about it, so I was like, you know what? It's 12 a.m. It's gonna be a bit hot because it's Australia, and I won't be sleeping well. And fucking might as well just watch this, just to do something. So, okay, why not? And might as well just have myself chat and all that shit. So there's that. Okay, let's continue.
Helpful because when I go to the earn page, not only is there
Only
still
12 minutes
to
away.
appeal, which seems to be maybe a mistake, but also the policies outlined are extremely vague. And also I would like to thank Astartes Anonymous for making their video talking about this, where they also went through these points, but I'm going to go through them here for you now. Content that exclusively features readings of other materials you did not originally create, like text from websites or news feeds. Obviously, I don't read stuff from websites or news feeds. I do have excerpts from Warhammer.
Wait, I need to hear that again. Hold up. Hold up. I need to hear that again.
Exclusively features readings of other materials you did not originally create, like text from websites or news feeds. Obviously, I don't read stuff from websites or news feeds. I do have excerpts from.
I thought he just meant like, I thought he meant genuinely just like whatever text it wasn't original, like codexes, novels, and all that shit. I'm like, huh? It sounds like it, but then give it an example. So I'm just like, okay, sure.
Warhammer lore, but I make my own scripts. I write my own stuff. And this I don't think applies. Songs you did not originally create, which have been modified to change the pitch or speed, but are otherwise identical to the original song. As far
Am I fucked? Uh-oh. Whoops. Got some AI songs. Shit. Am I next? Chat, are we cooked? Shit.
far as I can tell, this policy is to prevent people from just re-uploading other people's music, but I'm not a music channel and I don't do
No, dude. Okay, let's listen to this again together. Let's listen to this together because I'm pretty sure he said AI.
I don't think applies. Songs you did not originally create, which have been modified to change the pitch or speed, but are otherwise identical to the original song. As far as I can tell, this.
I swear, this is just hitting a lot of AI elements. Because a lot of people do tend to argue that, you know, AI is something you didn't really create. That sounds very generic as well. So for me, I would say it's a little bit more of a hit on the AI. Like, I know it gives like a couple examples, but for me, I'm just like, because remember, like this whole topic is about his channel getting his whole channel and his YouTube partnership removed because apparently some of these things is AI. So the stuff that he's talking about essentially is just related to AI. Am I fucked? Shit. Then again, I don't spam myself, but well, you can never be careful with this fucking platform, I swear.
Policy is to prevent people from just re-uploading other people's music, but I'm not a music channel and I don't do this anyway. Highly repetitive.
As I said, I think this is more of an AI hit. He might have misunderstood it, but whatever.
Content with minimal variation across videos. This, I think, is the most likely policy that they are referring to, because my content is very mechanical in its delivery. I have been accused of being an AI multiple times. I just have a very to the point way of talking about the lore and silencing the breaths and making it my own. But I also snip out all the unnecessary fat from the information given to give you guys a expansive look across the Warhammer setting, talking about big characters and small characters alike as if they were the same, because I think there should be a spotlight on even the minutiae, even though it doesn't make as much money or views, and that's okay. Mass produced.
Well, at that point, man, you might as well just sound like a Mechanicus. Let's see if I can still hit this voice, because it's very... How do I say this is very interesting? I understood the weakness. Oh, fuck yeah. Can't do it. Let me try it one more time. In the 41st millennium, there is only war. Yeah, just do that voice. And definitely people won't pick that up as AI. It will just be fine. It will be great.
Or content using a similar template across multiple videos. This could also be what they have the problem with. I use the same, Aquila with the sparks on it for intros and outros. Although in the policy it does state that intros and outros like this.
That is literally green screen spark, and that fucking image has been there ever since any of you have been born. Because that's the shit that I use. Okay.
On it for intros and outros. Although in the policy it does state that intros and outros like this are okay. So I don't know exactly what the problem is, because if you put this to its logical conclusion, you could just say, well, YouTube wants us to make content. YouTube wants us to make long content and lots of content. So this is actually antithetical to the idea of YouTube itself, because, well, everyone uses similar styles across all their videos, and I don't really know what they're getting at here. And the last one,
I would say it is more specifically you making videos that pleases the algorithm on YouTube. So it's not so much of you just like you just saying you're making videos. Why? You are making videos to please the algorithm in order to, you know, get all the views and all that shit. That is essentially it. You are not doing it for the sake of, oh, I need to make more content and all that. No, you're just doing it for the fucking algorithm. Why do you think I am who I am? I'm just sitting there and just being honest and all that shit. And, you know, people are going to hate me, but whatever. It's just me being an asshole. So, you know, you take it or leave it. So that's why I'm not worried too much when it comes to monetization on YouTube, because, I already got my plan Bs. All right, I got my $2 donation. Yippee! Now, I'm like a quarter way to get a full packet of chicken at the bakery. That is just excellent. Thank you, Tank. Yeah. I'd buy that for $1. Hell, I'll take 2. Why not all of them? Okay. But still, thank you for the donation, my good man. Appreciated.
image slideshows or scrolling text with minimal or no narrative, commentary, or educational value. I think it's fair to say that my channel is one of the most educational Warhammer channels out there because there's no speculation. It's all killer, no filler. I know for a fact because they have told me so that many Warhammer lore YouTubers, big and small, use my videos as a reference point, as a way to fact check or to basically get a way into certain topics so they can investigate them themselves, whether it's something as broad and easy to understand as the Primarchs to something as obscure as the Iron Hands books or the Blood Angels Omnibus. And the idea that there is little narration doesn't make sense because I narrate all my videos myself, and they will...
I'll just pause it for a moment. Just for a moment. All right, chat. Because I don't know this guy too much. So explain to me, how is he reliable when it comes to like 40k lore? Does he post all these sources down the description? Does it say specific pages and all that? Does he also say he relies on the wiki and all that shit? Is he as reliable? I'll just wait because YouTube delay and all that shit. He does full quotes and sources. Interesting. Interesting. I just thought a scenario in my head. If there was ever like a time, like a debate or whatever, if it was like me against him, like talking about 40k lore, all I have to do is just sit on my chair and I'm just like, thank you so much for, you know, wasting 10 minutes of your time to show me all these evidence, all these sources, but in the end, 40k is no canon. And then I just, you know, start flexing and shit, and then I just walk the debate. Okay, let's see. YouTube is bleeding money. They're literally removing old content. Yikes. Speaking of old content, I got something in mind. But I have to voice it and then video edit it and all that shit. Fun. Even the Pontius said it is a bit too much in his Lore Destroyers video. Too much of what? Exactly. By the way, I'm not taking this at face value. I'm just like collecting information, and I'm just like, if this is a guy is reliable or not. So I ain't trusting any of you motherfuckers. No, I'm joking. Okay. I like to collect info on the both sides, so I can have a more, you know, better context. Too much quoting. Okay, gotcha. There is no canon in the Imperium of Man. Exactly. There is no canon. Billions must read. All right, let's continue.
Also have a ton of educational content in terms of people who watch it learn a lot about the setting. So these are the policies that I have been flagged for, and I honestly believe that they just see my channel as repetitive and cookie cutter, perhaps spam, essentially, which is a really hurtful thing to have my content regarded as by the platform that's hosted it and been profiteering off for many years. Make no mistake, this is going to be a immense financial burden on me for the next 3-4 months, especially when at the end of that term I'm looking to move into a new place and to downscale with my girlfriend so that we can hopefully move on to the next stage of our lives together. And this was not what I wanted to happen, let alone then, but let alone before Christmas Day itself, where we went to visit my family and I tried to, keep a stiff upper lip and, keep everyone happy. But it really soured the last few days where I had to tell everyone what was going on with my channel. I know that everyone's on my side in terms of my viewership. I know that all the Warhammer creators are on my side. I want to shout out people like...
You misunderstand. Not everyone is with you. You have this guy called Nellup. He just criticizes everybody and everyone because he is a hater of Warhammer 40,000. Don't you get it, remember, sir? I just want to throw that in because it sounds funny in my head. I'm sorry. All right, anyways, let's fucking continue.
Luton, who have also contacted me and
okay, now you mentioned Luton. Now I'm gonna fucking
said, I'm really sorry to hear about this. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. And if you're a viewer who wants to help, there are a few things which I'm going to do to hopefully ameliorate this situation. Fundamentally, I cannot put more content on the main channel, not just because it won't make money, but because I don't want to add ammunition to whatever specific vague thing that YouTube doesn't want me to do on my channel. It's really frustrating not knowing how to correct this, because I could correct it today. If there were videos they didn't like and they said these styles of videos or this specific video, I could delete them, I could re-edit them and put them back up. But I don't know that because there's no feedback on specifically what video they mean, and there's over 1,000 videos on my channel if you include shorts. But here's what I'm planning. First of all, I will continue to be working on Law Crimes every week and Lodgecast every other week. So if you want to support me, for now, Law Crimes is the best way to do it. I'll also be putting more content on the second channel because second channel and Law Crimes are connected to the Remembrancer. All the money goes through me, so therefore those two channels are still monetized. I have been remiss in putting content on the second channel, so hopefully I can use this opportunity not to just go AWOL for half a year, but to actually give you guys some extra content I've been thinking up in my brain anyway, and use this opportunity to work on something else. I also will be working on a brand new project, but I don't want to talk about it just yet. I will do a release video when I'm ready.
I want to deposit. At the very least, he has a backup plan, but it's still mainly YouTube still. Now, obviously, I'm not saying to him, like, go work as a barista or some shit or just work in retail. But I'm just saying, like, at least have some physical job at the very least. Just in case, because there's always a demand of certain physical jobs that not that many will do. I'm just saying. I'm keeping it very vague, or else I'm just going to go in a very long fucking list. Hey, Uncle, how you doing, my good man? Trizon, hello. Jav, hello. Ninja. What you doing, man? Leica, hello there. I'll read the comments later. You guys bore me. It's nothing interesting to read. No, I'm fucking with you. All right. Continue.
And I don't want to overpromise what I'm intending to do. Just know that I'm not going to take advantage of this by just, sitting on my ass playing video games all day and not doing anything productive. I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to keep making content. And hopefully that will somewhat staunch the flow of financial loss, which is probably going to be around the £10,000 margin by April. If you want to more directly help me, I will say that my Patreon exists. The tiers are there of different scales, and I know that I don't put a ton of behind-the-scenes content on there, but I'm going to try and address that. All videos I make on all channels.
This motherfucker sponsoring everything. Now, because this is my channel, I did a little adjustment with the prices for me. So I'm going to sponsor myself a little bit. In the description on the stream or just on my main channel page, wherever it is, or on any other video. I got 3 different links, 3 different places. If you want to support me in every way, be my guest. If you just want to donate for something, go for it. You can even do it in the stream, be my guest. Or if you want to be a member, I've, what was it? The lowest that I put it was like $2 because usually YouTube tends to take like the majority of the tax from it. Or else, if it wasn't for that, I would have just added like $1 and everybody would just be there on the list. So there's that. Right.
Are funneled directly into Patreon.
Sponsorships,
so that's the best way to help me right now, seeing as I can't get memberships on the main channel. I can't get donations. And one thing that's really frustrated me, I can't do any more charity live streams on the main channel because I no longer have that option. And I can't do it on my second channel because I haven't got enough viewership or something like that. The option isn't like usable at the moment. But I will hopefully be doing some more charity work on law crimes, so keep an eye on there because we still have the option there, and then we'll do some cool stuff. And I have a lot of projects I still want to do. Just know that Warhammer is going to be taking a bit of time off. It's really frustrating that although I wanted to do other projects this next year coming up, this is how I've had to pivot. And I'm really sorry to all of you who enjoy watching my Warhammer content.
I forgive you.
You're not going to get any of that for a while, for at least a few months, if this is the way things are going to go. I did want to finish off, all my Death Guard characters, Thousand Suns characters, World Eaters characters. I wanted to do big characters like Caiaphas Cain or Eisenhorn or Shira Calpurnia, the only RBT's character in existence. But I can't justify doing like a week or a month's worth of reading of the books to do research and script videos, knowing that when I put the videos up, I won't make a dime for the work and labor I've been putting into it because, well, I have to survive. I have to have a means to make revenue to support myself. And now with the main channel demonetized, I've lost out on the main thing that was keeping me afloat. And I've been reinvesting money into this channel for months, Every month I'd put in probably
I'm assuming he's going to continue talking about like his channel and all that. So this is why you don't put all your eggs into one basket. Because shit will go down, and then if you have nowhere else to, plan for backup, and you start panicking, that's what fucking happens. So the earlier part where he's talking about like, I wanted to do these types of content like Harvest King, Death God, and all that, I'm just going to be an asshole here. A real asshole here. No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck about the repetitive, same old fucking story about every single faction. They've been doing YouTube channels, YouTube 40K lore channels have been doing this ever since 2020. Nothing has changed. Nothing has been updated. So, for me, I'm just like, there's no point to look into these fucking videos topics because I'm the guy who's just like, I already know this. I don't need to know. But then again, this is just me being an asshole. Like if someone is new and wants to learn something about it and this is their first time experiencing and all that, fine, sure. But for me, I'm just like, there are so many other things that could have been so much interesting. But obviously the other the other side of the topic would be as well as like, well, it's not just the topic that you're talking about, it's just how you do the topic as well. Because maybe you're just more entertaining, more interesting. Yeah, that could be the case. I'm not denying that. But I'm just in this mindset of, I already know this. I don't need to watch different YouTube channels because they have different styles. I already know the topic. I don't need to know anymore. That's it. And then again, why watch a YouTube video when I can just go read the books directly and I already know what I'm talking about and I have a stance to take on and say, oh, well, on this page in this book, it says it right here. That was when I used to think 40K has canon. Silly me. But yeah, no, that is just me. Asshole rant over. I just wanted to put that out, but that's just me. That's why I just don't get heavily into Warhammer 40k channels, lore channels specifically. It's because of this shit. It's just everybody's doing the same fucking shit. It's just different fucking flavor. Like it's just baffling to me. I just go read the codex. Read the codex. The simple thing. Whatever. I'm just gonna go on a fucking schizophrenic rant.
About 700 to £1,000 paying artists to illustrate things for my Battle series or brand new character designs with people like Christian Otarzo.
I am sorry to pause this again, but he transitioned way too quick. It's not bad. I just wish it was a little bit, battle worn. Battle worn. You get what I mean. Like, you're in a fucking battle. Why do you look like a factory new skin from CSGO?
Great things for.
But again, it doesn't look bad. This one's not too bad. I like this one. But still. Clean armor. Clean armor. Very clean.
My Battle series or brand new character design.
Okay, this one I like this one. Like I can hardly see the armor and all that, but I like this one. This is pretty neat. This is the. Oh my god! I just read it last year. Fuck. The 12 a.m. brain. I can't remember right now. It's the Crimson Fizz. They get fucking 90% annihilated and all that shit, and it has that awesome scene with the fucking with the chaplain where he just stabs into the wound of his battle brother and he's like, "Why do you hesitate? Why do you hesitate? Do you question my authority?" Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But it was a really awesome thing. But then again, that is old stuff. I haven't heard anything new that is good. So
designs with people like Christian Otarzo, Georgia Balayan, or Will.
That is Rogel Dawn by Space Wolf. Okay, just to clarify a bit. I'm not making fun of him. I'm not making fun of his work. It's just me just adding scenarios in my head, and I'm like, this is funny. That is... You cannot... Okay, if you've watched Emperor TTS, you cannot tell me, looking at Space Wolf right here, that doesn't look like Rogel Dawn. And then you grab the Dreadnought, and then you get the foot lettuce meme, and just put it under his fucking legs. And he's doing the "I'm about to do it" meme. I don't know if you're talking about it. But yeah.
Or Will Lowry, who's one of the newer artists.
Holy shit. Okay, this one looks better. See, that's a better armor, like, battle-worn design. I swear, every fucking time.
So I've basically recruited in. I've been paying them what I think is fair money, what they asked. I don't try to haggle or anything. It wasn't Patreon funded because I didn't really promote my Patreon on my videos, and I don't do sponsors on the main channel. And so I think in the next year with the projects I'm going to have to do, I might need to reevaluate, okay, how often can I commission art for projects? How often maybe I have to do some sponsors just to keep an extra bit of revenue coming in to support my channel. I really am in a bit of a loss at the moment because I don't know if the Remembrancer channel will be gone for 3 months or if it will be gone for half a year, or this might be the end of the channel because maybe YouTube doesn't want any of those videos on because I can't tell, because they're not telling me specifically what they want me to change. Regardless of whatever happens with the main channel, I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who've watched.
I gotta pause this every fucking minute. I will say this. Don't worry too much. Like, this is just me. I understand this is his main income, but this is from a different perspective. Just go find an alternative income And if you really enjoy and genuinely enjoy making lore videos, just fucking make them. Just make them. It doesn't matter. For my channel, right? The amount of times I've gone up and down every single time, have I ever stopped? No. Why? Because I enjoy what I like to talk about. So this whole monetization thing and all that and becoming the main income, like for me, is just, I keep misusing the word anathema, as in like, it's unknown to me, but I'll use the word unknown. Like for me, it's something that I cannot relate to because, I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking this a little bit more logically where I'm just like, dude, I don't know, I'll just go get a job in real life and then, you know, have my income from that and then just do YouTube whenever I'm able to do it. And as you can tell, it's doing fine. And then obviously it's going to go down again, as expected. That's why you don't put all your eggs in one basket, because things will go up, things will go down, and there's a situation just like this, and it will fuck up your channel. So, yeah.
Enjoyed my content over the years. I have no intention of getting rid of the content that you guys enjoy. I know some people have flagged that maybe it was my 20-hour Space Marine Chapters video.
If people like it, just continue making it.
They didn't like that content, ignoring the fact that the last chapter was completely brand new videos, all tacked on at the end, and there were changes to minor adjustments here and there. But whatever happens, I want to thank all of you for supporting me thus far, and I want to, you know, shout out all the people I've worked with the last few years and doing collaborations with and such. I'm hoping, I'm trying to be optimistic that this is just the beginning of a new chapter, but it's kind of hard to remain positive knowing that it could be the financial ruin of my livelihood for
be positive
half a year. One other thing I have to mention just in case, because people have brought it up, about a week or so before the channel got demonetized, a new channel called Remembrance of 40K, made entirely by AI, voiced by AI, scripted and edited and using the thumbnails of AI, was working on videos for a few weeks. I don't know if they're monetized.
What do you mean? It's all original.
Since they've heard that my channel has been demonetized, they've now changed their channel name to heresy.mp4. And even though they use the Remembrancer in their name, and they basically made a copy paste of my description in their description, and even made an AI version of my avatar that I use in Law Crimes and stuff, they claim they've never watched my videos and that this is a coincidence, but I don't know if I can believe that. And perhaps this has also been a factor into why my channel has been flagged by...
I'll stretch it further. Your name as a remembrancer is irrelevant. Why do I say that? Because if you guys remember, Arch used to be called Arch Warhammer. And then around 2020, GW was telling Arch to remove the name Warhammer. What makes you say that GW might not come after him and say, hey, we got the word the Remembrancer in our books, in the Horus Heresy books, so we might have to ask you to change it. Now, obviously, there's a lot of more factors when it comes to like Arch and all that shit. But I would say though, your name being quote unquote original is fucking irrelevant. My name is much more original. Well, obviously, I'm just, you know, being me. I'm just like, but then again, who else I'm going to relate to? The Pontius can get away with it because his name is original. My name is original. Major Kill's name is original. So the whole point that I'm talking about here is essentially that, you know, he could say like it's a coincidence and some people copy him from out of it. Dude, if someone was copying me, I don't give a shit. I honestly do not give a fuck. They could just reverse my name and his name is Poland now. You know, it's just how it is. See you, Tank. Have a good one. But yeah, no, essentially, yeah, If it was directly plagiarism, where they copied the exact same thing, like one mind syndrome moment, sure. But if someone just had a coincidence with the name and the hoodie and all that shit, and who gives a fuck? Really? Who gives a shit? Like, does the Remembered Sir have, what's the word? Legality? That this is his name and this is his thing? Nope. And besides, the name and the stuff that he yoinks, that he made, is influenced by public domain stuff. So, I don't mind if you guys want to argue against this, that's fine. But that's how I see it, really. So,
by the automated AI systems on YouTube, I don't know. It's just something I have to mention because I'm sure otherwise people will mention it in the comments, and it is worth mentioning. It's very frustrating that in the age of YouTube AI-driven content, where I think now a quarter of the platform is AI videos.
I never knew the 40k audience has become themselves as bots. Very accurate description. Oh yeah, I love my 40k slop from my 40k Warhammer 40k channels. I love it.
Original and what I would consider authentic creators, although I am biased, are being punished for working hard and making videos. I don't really know where to go with the Remembrance channel as it is now, but I am, regardless of the struggles I'm going through right now, I'm grateful to all of you for your support, even if it's just a nice comment here and there telling me about how much you enjoyed the videos or how much you're hoping things get resolved. It all matters, it all helps, and I hope this will be resolved somehow, but at the moment I'm kind of out of options. I don't have anything I can action unless YouTube can specifically tell me what it is they don't like about my channel. And
stop being fucking naive. My asshole energy is coming back in. Stop being fucking naive. You would... Okay. You will never, ever get a fucking answer from YouTube that have been doing this for... Dude, you just joined in 2021. You didn't even know what the fuck happened in 2016 and all the other stuff that happened. The ad apocalypse, the fucking demonetization period, the shit that happened with PewDiePie. Motherfucker, this is the first... Dude, first time. This always happened with YouTube. They will never, ever fucking tell you what happened specifically in the video, and you just sit here with your naivety to say, like, well, if they specifically tell me... They don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck, and they like it when it's just vague. So he can keep you on your toes. Finally, I found the sentence. So they can finally so they can finally keep you on your toes, stay the fuck where you are, and have to keep second guessing. That's always been a thing with YouTube. Were you born fucking yesterday? Like, fuck me. And this thing of like, oh, I don't have many options. Yeah, okay. You don't have many options for your channel. But what are you going to do now? Because this monetization thing, and I'm very confident to say this, it will never, ever fucking come back. The only way maybe it may work, because I don't know if they still do it to this day, is just go on Twitter, go on YouTube, and fucking harass them. That's essentially what you have to do. So, essentially, you're out of options, man. Go find an alternative option that is not YouTube related. Because, how do I explain this? The longer you hold that rope that is like wrapped around your hand and you're holding this massive boulder, the more your hand is going to hurt. Let it go and go find other alternatives. Yes, it sucks. Yes, it's bad. I get that. But for you to sit there and say, well, this just sucks. I just wish YouTube thinks, yeah, everybody fucking wish that YouTube was a little bit more, honest and being more specific and all that. But YouTube hasn't been doing that ever since fucking 2016. Ever since the fucking ad apocalypse. So get your head out of your ass, stop being fucking naive, and move on to something else. That's it. Oh, it's 43 seconds. Okay. We're getting to the end. All right.
I mean specifically, not vague policies which can be interpreted 100 different ways. But whatever happens, this is the Remembrancer signing off for now. And remember,
okay,
I will
I'm
still
already
be
at the
on
end.
Crimes every week. I will still be on Lodgecast every other week. And I have more projects I'll be working on the second channel and also a new project in the future. So if you want to keep in touch and see what I'm working on, please check out those channels. Please have a look at what else I'm doing. And hopefully this will just be a bleak chapter that this time next year maybe we can laugh about and be in a better place. But either way, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.
Okay. Very interesting. Very nice. Like what was it? It's nice for him to go for other well, fucking these recommendations. What was it? I do understand his situation. I do understand it sucks when you've done your longest career, your longest fucking what was it? You've done so much effort onto it, only to then, with the snap of the fingers, it's all gone. And just like how I said in the in my recent video, where I'm just like, I understand. It is an emotional development, and everybody has that fucking moment. But here's the thing, though. Are you going to sit there and fucking cry, or are you going to do something about it? And for him, to a certain extent, it sounds like he's doing something. But I would disagree for him to continue going on YouTube and focusing on that as like, this is the main thing I need to do. Dude, go do a bricklayer work. Surely there's lots of things in real life where there's like some physical work, some services. It doesn't have to be the ones that you don't like. It's just something for you can just, work on, and something as a background just in case. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying like, you're not being productive to society. I don't see you going around as a barista and getting berated by customers. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, have a plan B just in case, because YouTube is not a reliable income, and it never was ever since 2016, ever since the Leafy's here kind of things. But then again, this guy, let's take a look. Like, this guy joined YouTube in 2021. Now, I'm not too sure if he had an alternative channel for alternative YouTube like earlier and all that, blah, blah, blah. But is from what I'm gathering from the video in isolation alone by itself, because he hasn't mentioned any other videos that I should check on it or anything like that. He's quite naive to even think that YouTube will play by his rules. Since fucking when did YouTube play by its rules? Ever. That's all I'm saying. All right. YouTube comments. Yippee! I love it. I'm going to scroll all the way up. All right. I'm going to read some old ones. Let's see. Warhammer 40k fans are like Warhammer 40k fans are like Fallout fans. There are the ones who ruined the franchise and they killed by missing the point about Fallout and letting it snowball into what is today. That is a very interesting way to put it. That's a very interesting way to put it. I don't know much about Fallout, so I can't really comment, but if what you say is true, then that's fair enough. Like, I've heard about the, what was it? the Fallout show. I got a lot of mixed reviews. But I got some people who are really dedicated into Fallout, and they're just like, boy, do they fucking not like it. Let's see. Reminds me of Lowtrooper saying canon does not matter, then get shocked Pikachu face when AI channels make a living by literally making shit up. They're crying, it's not fair. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But then again, Warhammer 40k has no canon, so everything is plausible. So that shit is real. I don't think harassing YouTube on Twitter would work anymore since they just AI to reply to your post. Fair enough. I just remember like years ago, like Wendigoon, the Act Man, fucking PewDiePie, and many other content creators, they used to do that. Hey YouTube, monetize my shit. Hey YouTube, monetize my shit. Like, it didn't copy paste, but essentially like, hey, this is my post, and then get a lot of like upvotes and all that. So relying on YouTube is like an American dream, just a dream. Honestly, to a certain extent, earlier YouTube period, to a certain extent, it was a little bit more reliable. You know, just make whatever you wanted to make, and that is popular and all that. And then it will last you just for a couple years. Like 4 years, more or less. But afterwards, things change. And then YouTube is like, I don't like that. Let's change it to this. And all that. Hello, the fuck? Hello, welcome, welcome. Did I miss any other comments? I'm watching this 6 a.m. in the morning, and I have school in 4 hours. Oh, good luck to you. Yeah, I did a stream in the morning because I know for a fact if I ever streamed a little bit later, I would have been so tired, man. It's too fucking hot. It's too fucking hot. I can't. So when you gotta watch every Soda's animation and review them. What the hell? Since fucking when did I ever say that? This is some conspiracy theory. What the fuck? You guys with your tinfoil hats. This is some fake news going on. God damn it. Anyways. Next video when? When I have it ready. The Australian heat wave. Yep. Just had it today, and whenever I fucking sleep and wake up, we're gonna have another heat wave. Like, it's gonna be like 39 degrees. So that's gonna be fun. Yay! I love fucking heat. Would you guys do me a favor and donate me $1 so I can survive this next outbreak of the heat wave? Don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. I'm joking. Oh, gosh. Okay. So another video that I had in mind. There we go. So this is another video that I have in mind. I was like, why not watch it? So it's 13 minutes. But hopefully I don't get to talk too much. Hopefully. Because the whole reason that I wanted to show this video specifically is because I was gonna say, how the fuck I'm not subscribed? I don't like it. The reason I want to show this is given the current state and climate with Warhammer 40k channels leaving 40k. Now, for me personally, I would just say, well, no, now you fucking notice, should have done that like fucking 6 years ago. That's just me. That is just me. That's just me. But hey, let's see what we got our friend Corner Gains. Like this man could beat my ass. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Like I just see his physique, and he's like, he could just fold me like a steel chair and just put me as a bench press and all that shit. Like he's very his physique is quite intimidating. All right, let's have a look. Corn Games Workshop. I'm out. Ooh, can you share the link to the video? Which one? The Remembrancer one or the Gains one? You're telling me you can't just... You're telling me you can't just, you know, go to search and copy the title and say... You can't do this? Huh? I'm fucking with you. All right. Oh, got a notification. Probably some dude who said some mean words. Oh, fuck, I can't do it. Give me one moment. I keep forgetting I can't do it on... I cannot do it on my Streamlabs OBS. So give me one moment. Oh yeah, I'll read the donation first. Okay, I don't know the currency, but thank you for that. 5,000. Damn, that's like $1. I'll donate 5k KRW instead. I think it's like $2-3. Remember to hate 40k fans and every Fallout fan who's political that ruined Fallout. Everything is political. Billions must ruin. Dashboard. Sorry. There you go. I'll just have Corn Gains just stare at your souls. What am I looking at? My stream. Where's my stream? Content. Live. I can't see the chat right now, so probably someone. I can't speak. I can't fucking speak. 我知道号码我是叫冰激凌. Alright, so link number 1, and then link number 2. Those are the 2 links. Have fun. Link number 1, Corn Gains, and then the second one is Remembrancer 1. Okay. Australians can speak. Who says I'm Australian? Never heard that actor before. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, south of Ecuador line is the cleanest air and hotter sun rays because it's less polluted sky. You're telling me the polluted sky in north cannot cross Ecuador line and south air cannot cross the north? Very interesting. Maybe share on Discord. Don't worry. I just got it sorted. That's why wildfires are very common in the south and heat waves. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Let's go and watch. Or else I'm gonna lose brain cells and gonna be like, it's just gonna go like that. It's gonna speak like that. Yo, we need to check this Nello video. It's gonna be amazing. I do have an idea, but it's a little bit later. Like, the idea is essentially... It's not for everyone. But my idea was... I'll make it quick, don't worry. Where is it? So my idea was maybe I'll look into, like, old, very controversial topics. Women. Like VTubers, VTubers, female Imperial Guard, and kind of watch my own video as a reflection, but at the same time having you guys watching it at the same time, and see what has changed over the months. Because what was it? Yep, yeah. Wait, no, that's VTubers. Yeah, so 10 months. And if you guys watched my content like 10 months ago and watch my content now, very different. Very, very different. Very different structure, way more better, very straight to the point. Exactly that I wanted, but kind of struggled with mixing with jokes and all that shit. So that was that. I'm gonna get back to class. Now see ya. All right, all good. Can't you just pretend to be sick and just watch my videos more? But all good. Take care, man. Have fun with class. Excuse me. All right, let's go watch this.
Okay, so I'm just going to point this out. I'm a huge fan of Warhammer. Okay?
I forgot. You can only hear it on one side of the audio. I thought it was just me that I had my cable issues. Nope. It's the video. So just giving you a warning, a heads up.
We all know it. The posters are behind me. The load of miniatures are there in the mirror, as you can see. So they're right behind you.
Kill team. Ew. Ew. Anyways.
And everything like that. But am I happy with how Games Workshop has proceeded to go forward? Yes, it's becoming more mainstream. Yes, a lot of people are getting into it. But a lot of people do not know that what Games Workshop used to be and how good it used to be. Like, when I mean it, I mean in price tag. Like, I'm Australian. We get hit hard. We actually pay another thing on top. So we're not actually getting the price equivalent as it would be in the UK to AUD. We're actually paying more on top. What's crazy, because when I look at Conflict 47 and I put in the UK, it basically equals to the same amount as it would be in AUD. Go figure. So I actually did a bit more researching. A couple of the blokes who used to work at Games Workshop who said if we finally get our products more able for the production line for quicker and cheaper, we'll drop the prices of our miniatures. Games Workshop said this a long time ago, believe it or not. Guess what happened? Those people...
Can anybody confirm that? Maybe it was like in before I joined, like around 8th edition. Like, was it going to be like, oh, it's going to be more cheaper and all that shit, which when it comes to companies, I don't really believe that type of shit. I'm like, oh yeah, cheaper, huh? Haven't heard that one before. How's the RAM going? How's the GPUs going? Oh yeah, I can't wait for them to be cheaper, am I right? But yeah, I was curious, like, has GW really said this before? GW said it would be cheaper when they switched from pewter to plastic. Interesting. Interesting. You join 8th edition, you're a Zoomer, you're basically brand new. Factory new CSGO skin right here, fellas. Okay. Okay, interesting. It looks like the black and white deodorant ball from Nivea. Shut your bitches up. Ah, fuck! I can't be fucking doing the comparison and then look it up. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's not gonna get out of my head. Great, 1 a.m. brain. It's 1:10 a.m. Let's go. Let's go.
From Games Workshop, all those old guys and all that, they actually
God damn it.
went over to Warlord Games. A lot of them used to work for Games Workshop. They went over to Warlord Games, and guess what? They kept their promise. It wasn't Games Workshop that in the end kept their promise. It was the guys who were originally working for the company that kept their promise. And the prices, if you look at it, so a lot of the kits, they were resin and got metal parts in it. Bit, you know, manufacturing cost a bit more and everything like that. That got up higher, right? So it was a higher price to make it out. Once they start making plastic kits, if you look online, they've gone down in price. So they kept their word in that. Manufacturing's gone down.
Really?
Also, as well,
interesting.
Every time you buy a product, you always get like a little cute message in there who put it together in there and everything like that, who stocked it and all that type of stuff. It's really nice. It's just a nice personal hint that I don't get anymore from Games Workshop. I used to feel warmth when going into a Games Workshop. Now I just feel bloody cold. Okay? Because Games Workshop, believe it or not, isn't that same old Games Workshop that we all loved. It's gone cold. Okay. And also their Black Library books.
Okay, he's gonna talk about Black Library books. I'm gonna be nice. Okay. First time that really started to happen in 8th edition, and it was happening very rapidly. Like, because if I recall, some of the stores, right? I didn't go to that many, unfortunately, but some GW stores used to be like, you know, full of tables and all that shit ready to go. But now the GW stores is just essentially get in, go get products, get out. So it was very corporate ever since 8th edition, but it was a little bit more subtle back then. But those who noticed that, they knew where direction GW was really going. So, you know. So that's it. But yeah, I'm not sure if he's noticing. I'm assuming that he's noticing this now, and most likely most people, and what was it? And most people are noticing this problem now because it's becoming more noticeable. So, yeah, I think it's more like it's more noticeable now that people are just seeing it now. Than, you know, compared to 8th edition, because 8th edition is going to be like, you know, you just had a bunch of fans like, I don't know what you're talking about, you know, Grandma Woody still the greatest, we're just getting popular mainstream, you know, the rose tinted glasses, the naivety and all that shit, and they were so fucking blinded from that. And now, after 6 years, oh no, now they realized it. Maybe Gamza was right all along. Maybe he already knew where he was going. And so many other people left a little bit early because, you know, GW wasn't the GW that it used to be back in 8th edition. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm not going to be too much of a dick here, but yeah. Show him about the money, Spider-Man. Only, what was it? What was the Green Goblin meme quote? He's like, only fools want to be heroes, because in this world, you either drip or drown, Spider-Man. Not the actual quote, but I just find that quote funny. So, GW dripping, but they haven't drowned yet. So, yeah, it's good to you.
The quality's gone down. Okay, I can say this. I read 18 last year. This is not including audiobooks. The year before that read 30, and the year before that read 30. I enjoy a lot of the Black Library. Now, if you don't know what the Black Library is basically the bunch of authors that write all the Games Workshop books, like all the novels and everything. That, like all the old, and I mean old, we're talking about early 2000s and all that type of stuff, and before that, the quality was good. The writing was good. Night Lord, Ombius was good.
It's almost like what I've been saying for a while.
All those authors, you know, Storm of Iron, everything like that. All those type of books. The books we get now, I was sitting there and I'm just going, they're not hitting right. And I'm going,
must be the dopamine.
I got my wife to read one. She's not feeling it. And she reads a lot of books as well. Even though she wasn't in it, I was thinking, at least maybe the writing's there. So I started to branch out and read Black Library Warhammer books. You know what I found out? Yeah. We literally put rose-tinted glasses on for these authors. We let them get away with terrible writing, with terrible stories and everything like that. And if you read outside Black Library, sci-fi, like Metro 2033, or I've started reading the Alien novels from the Alien, you know, movie series and everything like that, the writing is 100 times better. So
it's almost like you're doing a comparison. And when you do a comparison, you actually see and understand which is actually good or not. And there's a reason behind it of why things are good or not, and why certain authors are shit or not. It's almost like when you go make these types of discoveries and not relying on Warhammer 40k YouTube lore channels, you can actually tell the difference. I'm not saying this to be a smartass. I'm just saying, like, when you follow the path of, comparing things and and knowing what you're doing, and you actually give the effort in and making comparison, then it gives you much more understanding, and you have a bit more variety, and you have more stuff to have a stance on. So that's why I tend to compare a lot with modern 40K compared to what 40K used to be in 3rd edition. And it is just almost like a black and white contrast. It is complete opposite of what it used to be. And that's why, for me, that's why I think and say that 40K is not grimdark anymore. Because GW is trying to appease an audience that gives the label that is grimdark. But when you see their actual works, and then you compare it to, non-40K works that are actually grimdark, then you know what you're looking for. It's almost like this. People sometimes like the idea of certain things, but they don't really grasp or understand certain topics. And that's why that's why I fucking headbutt with so many people, like VTubers, YouTubers, and anything else. Because I notice, and I know for a fact, that these people only watch like YouTube videos, or they read the new books, and they can't understand or comprehend what is the problem. How the fuck I'm going to explain to you if you don't understand? But yeah. God damn, I just read that. Hey man, you got to give him a break. Everything is upside down in Australia, so his reading makes his body's bigger muscle than his brain muscles. I have to clarify this. I'm not making fun of the man, because we genuinely talk, actually. And surprisingly, you guys might know, I know some gym shit. I actually do gym shit, funny enough. And I'm on my cut. So, on my diet, ooh. So I like talking about him when it comes to like gym stuff, because I personally like gym stuff, because it gives like the mental discipline to go and work on something. It makes me a better man. I've gained weight, lost weight, had fat, lost fat. Oh, you already know it. Anyways, he's getting off topic. But yeah, no, just to clarify, I'm not making fun of the man. But essentially, this is just me just talking about in general, how people notice the problems now, and when you start to connect the dots, now you notice there's a lot more going on, or things they're not as they used to be, and all that. Because if you compare like something like 5th edition, if you were there at that time with 5th edition compared to 3rd edition, you can't really do much. But give it a couple years later, 10th edition and 3rd edition, night and fucking day. Easy. Night and fucking day easy. And I'm trying to think of something, but I forgot. I got the curse of memory loss. The mentally ill audience who is sensitive of grimdark. Maybe, yes, to a certain extent, but I would say as well, they don't really understand what they're getting into. They hear the thing grimdark, but at the same time, they see power fantasy. And they're like, oh, it's okay, this is just so meta, so grimdark and all that. But they don't really understand what grimdark actually is. If they went to read like something like Berserk or Forever Winter, where it makes you like shiver and make you very fucking depressed. Ooh. I have not read Evangelion, the anime thing, so I don't know how grimdark that is. But I've heard some stories that it's pretty dark.
I think we're not putting a high standard on GW writing anymore, so that's gone down. Also, as well, let's look at the game. Let's look at Titus. I feel like it is such a meta play now. It's way more competitive. Okay, it's not fun anymore. Okay, like a game is good even when you lose. It should be fun even if you're losing. You're not getting that anymore. It's become very competitive. The rules aren't what they used to be. The armies The model points are lower, so you need more models. You're getting, well, when you buy boxes, less bang for your buck, because you've got to keep buying more and more and more, and basically it's the flavor of the month. Like, a long time ago, armies used to be, you'd probably still keep using that unit when it came to games. Now it's got, right, that unit's non-playable, move on.
I fucking hated that when they did at the start of 10th edition. They're like, oh, you know, these dreadnoughts that just went on plastic for the first 1 week or two. Oh, they're already in Legend. Now they're in Horus Heresy. Fuck you. No. But to the point that he's talking about, yeah, it's... I'm assuming, basing from the video that I'm seeing here, it sounds like... Not sounds like. From what I'm gathering, he's just finding this out now, or this was already in his mind for a while and he just wants to make a video about it. And maybe something along the line of, this was the last straw and he just want to... Oh my god, that's a bad pause.
It's just...
Okay, there we go. Much better. Yeah, no, I think it's just basically, he just discovered a couple of things, he connected a couple of dots, and then he was like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. And then he just went deep dive on it. It's pretty much what I did. And then I just came out like a fucking demon spawn and then just went on fucking everyone. But yeah, I find it funny. But it is essentially pretty neat. I personally think it's pretty cool that someone is noticing, even though it's a little bit too late, but at the same time, it's like, well, better now than never, really. And I hope more people would notice that and then just leave. But yeah, hopefully. Or, okay, I got a different theory in my head. Oh, fuck. It's such a big assumption, but I'm just like, what if the 40k YouTubers are getting replaced by VTubers? Oh no. Well, boys, looks like I have to adapt.
Such a terrible thing. So I'm actually moving away from GW. I'm probably just going to keep buying the paint. Maybe once in a while. I'm going to buy a couple of Black Library books to see if they're redeemable. But lately the authors have just been, I'm just going to say it, they've been shit.
Is that a donation that I hear?
And I'm a huge Warhammer fan, and that's got to say something. I've been in this hobby since I was 6 years old.
Yes, it is.
I'm 32 now, and it is crap. I am actually scared for the Amazon series because it is not the same gothic, grim, dark.
I'll get to your donation.
Well, back then, it's gone very different direction. I'm not even going to mention it. You just got to look at some of the people that work at Games Workshop and you know the direction it's gone towards, okay? Yeah, so price, writing's bad, the game's no longer fun, models cost an arm and a leg, I'm a father and I have a mortgage, and you know what? I'd rather spend my money on a battery for the house because power bills are going up like crazy, so this...
Oh yeah, I've seen... Oh, that's a JoJo post right there. All right, let me just read the thing. The best thing about 24-hour gyms is that I can go at 3 a.m., have a good stream, baby. Have some New Zealand dollary-doos. Thank you so much, my good man. Damn, you're in New Zealand? Never heard that country ever. Is that meant to be the little sibling of Australia? Don't know. Never heard of it. I never heard that woman. Crazy. But yeah, gyms is fucking awesome, man. And too bad it's fucking hot right now. Help me. All right.
Thing's going to help at night time, so we don't have to use from the grid because we have solar.
Oh, sorry. I was going to talk about the battery. Someone sent me the video, and then he just went directly to Corn Gaines talking about this battery pack. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then he mentioned the price, and it was like, what, $8,600? And I was like, $8,600? At that point, I would have just got another car. Or just get an engine, or get a generator and just fill it with petrol. That's just me, though. All right. Good to you.
Above the roof. But I've got other things. And it sucks. It really sucks because I wanted my son to get into this. And I'm going to give him my army of Necrons because he's loving the Necrons. He loves the way they look and everything like that. But the truth is, Games Workshop, you're not the same company. You care about your shareholders too much. I'm looking at the rules. It literally feels like you guys are just churning out products constantly, and no one's looking over it. No one's reviewing it. No one's even thinking for a second. Like, you're churning so much out, and we've got 11th edition around the corner, which I'm not even thrilled about, telling the truth.
No one is, really.
So I've looked into other games, like Conflict 47, because that feels more like the old Games Workshop. And then also as well, I've looked into Fallout Factions as another gameplay system as well, because I like the Fallout universe. So telling the truth, I think I'm actually like over Warhammer. Like, I'll still look at it once in a while, but I'm not going to be the die-hard fan. And it's and everyone's like, oh, but Cavill will keep it on track and all that. Cavill's just one man, okay? At the end of the day, if push comes to shove.
I'm sorry, Cavill. Holy fuck! I almost even forgot about him. Like, ever since I did the Henry Cavill's Not a Messiah. But dude, it's been so long. Has there ever been any updates about that? At all? At all? I haven't heard of him. Yeah, I haven't heard any Henry Cavill for a long while, and I just don't see the point of people sitting and waiting. Because remember the time when GW was saying that, what was it? Was saying, oh yeah, new animations every week, guys. Where the fuck is it? Where are they? I can't actually yell because, 1:30 a.m. in the morning. But, yeah. But yeah, nah, it's like, I get to appreciate that someone is noticing the same path as I did when I noticed with Warhammer 40k. But obviously, it's a bit more chill. I'm a bit more of an asshole, so we ain't the same. But hey, the message is more or less the same, is that GW ain't the same. They're doing things for the sake of product. But I would have stretched it a little bit myself as like, there's a little bit of culture war involved. A little bit. Like, we can't really avoid that because there's to a certain extent some involvements and should be at least acknowledged that is a thing. But not too much. Okay, I know some people are just like so culture war brain rotted, and I'm just like, I cannot. Culture war, dude. I only tiptoed a little bit on culture war stuff, and I'm like, here, done. Okay, that's it, done. I don't need to discuss it anymore. But it went to the point that I had to make a video about it, where I'm just like, you guys are just talking about like retarded topics. Let's see. I do think there is a bubble that will pop at some point. Whales buy, but oftentimes don't do anything with the kits. At some point, the whales backlog will re-enter the market, maybe. And if it's all the same time, it will enter under MSRP. Never heard of it. Up in Cope right now, but I think right now, GW doesn't have to worry much about customers. They don't give a shit about customers. The only people they need to please is the shareholders, because the shareholders are paying them, they're buying their stocks, and GW just follows what the shareholders are telling them. Simple as. So yeah. I've never collected any armies, but which armies have you collected? Prometheus Armstrong. This is what I'm going to be called now. When I used to collect armies from GW, which is the greatest mistake that I've ever done in my life. I wish I can time travel and just smack him in the face whenever he bought a fucking mini. I collected like Imperial Fist. 8th edition, they were ass. They were fucking ass. Well, at least the way I played them, they were fucking ass. 9th edition, still ass. 10th edition, that detachment is ass. The Imperial Fist hasn't changed on tabletop for me. They've always been like a pretty shit army to play with, but enjoyable to play as. But there was one point that Corn Gains does make a point, is that you're meant to have fun on tabletop. Where is the fun that you have on tabletop other than it's just meta builds only, and you can only play meta and all that, and the armies you wanted to play are no longer there because they're fucking legends. So I can't play my firstborn because some Primaris units have some very special abilities that makes them more appealing and more appealing to the audience, so they can just go and buy them. And this is what I call, kids, min-maxing. It's literally min-maxing. It's just like, here's the popular stuff. Everybody buys that. And then it's like, oh, that's gone. All right, here's the new stuff that is so OP and all that. Let me just finish this video.
They can do whatever they really want. They can...
Prometheus from Australia, tell us what Warhammer games have you played and which ones are the best. Just 40k games, really. Just mainly 40k games. There were some times that I do think like, oh, maybe I should go play Heresy. But, nah. It's not a big of a deal when I could just go play like 3rd edition and older editions, really. Oh yeah, I forgot. And besides, I got a 3D printer. And because I got a 3D printer, which you can check out on my previous stream where I have a face cam on, I've already built like a whole fucking Iron Warrior army. So I already got fucking 3 Land Raiders in the matter of 3 weeks. Well, it wasn't exactly 3 weeks. It was exactly like 2 weeks and 3 days because of my other types of availability, blah, 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 blah. But you get what I mean. I think it was a little bit shorter than that. Probably a week. But I was just, being tired from work, and then I just couldn't be fucked after 2 days. Anyways, let's get to this video.
Put it in any direction they really want. And I really hope that the Amazon series is going to be good. I really hope. I'm going to watch it. But
I'm a little bit cynical. I'm just going to say it's going to be ass, and it's going to be something completely different than what everybody originally thinks it is. Hope is the first step to the road of disappointment. All right, I just want to throw it there.
Kind of just going, you know what? Who's this hobby for? Because it used to be for me when I was a kid. But now it's like, I'm an adult, I make a fair, decent bit of money. And I'm sitting there just going, it's not for adults. I don't know how the hell. I think the only people I see it is like Instagrammers and YouTubers who do not have responsibilities. Like, they actually do this for content. This is their income. They actually do it. This is their thing. Promoting.
I didn't think he was connecting that so many dots. Okay, the man is cooking. He's already getting everything. Holy fuck. The man is cooking.
Games Workshop stuff and like talking about it and all that. But even then, if you look on YouTube, battle report views are going down. Everything is going down. You're getting a lot of AI video, lore videos, what's destroying lore channels, and lore channels are getting hit by YouTube thinking that they're AI generated. So it's gone a bit crazy now. Oh, thank God I've got a real job, because honestly I couldn't deal with the stress of relying on YouTube or social media as a source of income. I could not do that. I cannot function on that. I'm so glad I have a full-time job.
Oh, well, you can't see me, but I'm doing a very big smile. And all I'm going to say is, my point is proven.
I don't care if it's shit work. It pays the bills. It puts food on my son's plate. It keeps a roof above my head. So I'm really thankful for that.
That's good.
I'm not having a go at YouTubers and all that type of stuff. But I'm really scared for them because how the direction of things are going. So it's not the same. It's not Games Workshop. Their mottos, their writing, if you're not on board, then we don't want you in the universe. Okay, well, fair enough. I'm not going to do it anymore because,
I mean, they've said it clearly in their Warhammer's for Everyone poster. We will do whatever we want to represent and diversify, and if you don't like it, then you won't be missed. They said this back in 2020. They've been very, very clear with their stance and what they've been saying. But yeah. Hey, Dragonio. We were watching the Remember Sirs video, how he's being demonetized, and now we're watching Corn Gains. Yeah, and we're watching Corn Gains, him leaving Warhammer 40k. It's almost like so many people are leaving Warhammer 40k. Ooh. Are people noticing now that there's something wrong with GW? But yeah.
You can't deal with criticism, Games Workshop. If Games Workshop's, you can't deal with criticism. You won't fix your criticism because you're more worried about the shareholders and making sure they're happy, because that's what you've basically fallen into.
This man's cooking.
Old who really, really was passionate about it, they're gone. They're moved to other places, other different, manufacturers and all that. So, yeah, and it, we've got Space Marine 2 and all that. Telling the truth, I was bored of the game after 3 weeks. I was bored. It's the same.
Damn, what a coincidence. It's almost like they... I'm not laughing at him. I'm just laughing at that. He's thinking the very similar how I think and how we bring up almost the same topics. And I'm just sitting here like, yep. Thank you. Obviously, as I said, different flavors. He's saying it more nicely. I'm just an asshole holding a knife and just dolphin diving at someone. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, what else is there to say, really? I've already covered mostly a lot of 40k topics. I don't know how else I'm going to say this. It's like, yeah, all these things that people thought ever since 8th edition, and they thought it was just fun, and, 40k is going for the better, it's going mainstream, it's going to be so good, it's going to be Henry Cavill, wait for the Henry Cavill shit, guys. Oh, wait for the 40k animations, it's going to be so good, even though they look like SFM fan animations. And so many more. How do I say this? I just hope... Hope leads to the first road of the disappointment. But I just wish more people would notice this more and understand there's better alternatives for you to go to than just, stick with 40k. Because what do you want to be? Do you want to be a simp and miserable for the rest of your life and keep complaining to a company that would never change, that would never listen to you? Or would you look for something else and make yourself happy? It's a rhetorical, but it's something to think about.
Same thing repetitive over and over and over and over. And I'm sorry to say, everyone's like, oh, but this game's good and all that.
I forgive you.
I'm sorry. No, it's not. It's not the same quality as games. Let's take Rogue Trader, for example. Everyone's like, oh, it's so good and amazing and all that. You guys have rose-tilted beer goggles on with anything Games Workshop. You're just going to slap on and give it the approval. It wasn't that good. They didn't bother to put voice acting for all the words said in the thing. You had to read a lot of it. Baldur's Gate.
Ooh.
They did all the voice acting. Every other game with a lot of writing in it. The Witcher, Free Wild Hunt, a lot of voice acting.
Man, what else is there to say? Man is cooking. Man is already saying what I've been saying for a while. He knows. He knows. That's what I've been saying for the last 10 fucking years. I mean, months. That's what I've been saying. I can't yell. I wish I could yell. I wish I could go like, but, yeah, I wish I could yell so you guys can actually hear like how I actually, really, really happy about it. Yes. But I'm doing a thing called fake shout. But yeah, no, like he's really on point on every single thing. I didn't expect him to go that deep. Damn. I hope he talks about Dark Tide.
You know, I just look at it and I'm just like, I'm done. I bought that, what's that Stormcast one where it was like this Realm Wars, whatever it is, or something like that? That was terrible. And I'm tired of the fact that they actually keep the prices super high. Like, they like go, right, it's Games Workshop. You got to pay over $100 Australian just to play our games, even though it's crap. And you're going to put it down in probably less than an hour. You're still going to pay that huge price.
Corn games, why are you being such a hater? Don't you understand that Warhammer 40k games are just so good because it has the full Warhammer 40k logo on it? I don't understand where this hate is coming from. Space Marine 2 is so good, man. It makes you play as a Space Marine, run around and crush stuff. You know, you could even play as Captain Titus from Space Marine 1. I didn't really get it. Actually, we're going to check the comments after this. I'm really curious what the comments are going to be after this. It's got to be probably some nice ones. Obviously, if it's Nelop saying this. Why are you complaining and whinging? Motherfuckers. Motherfucker.
It's like in the gaming, the writing, everything, the quality has gone down and the prices have expectedly gone up. So, quality down, price up. Sorry, no, not okay. It's just not okay. As I said, I've looked at other gaming systems and I'm going, wow, this is cheaper. And this is a lot better. And tell the truth, Mobius is even getting cheaper because their manufacturing is plastic now instead of resin. So their model kits are getting cheaper. Conflict 47 kits are cheaper because the manufacturing has become easier. Games Workshop, manufacturing has become super easy. Let's up the prices. Let's jack those prices up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see what I'm putting down here? We've all been taken for a ride. And I've stopped doing it. And guess what? Guess what's happened? I've stopped doing Games Workshop stuff properly for a month and all that. Haven't got the FOMO because, God, they'll hit you the FOMO. They go, oh, we're...
I spotted something. What's next? He's going to have a Funko Pop around his shelf? Suspicious. But yeah, I'm just shitposting.
This model again, even though it was like super ancient. Oh, you only have a limited time, and that's what they do. They say limited time on this box, limited time on this box, and they only manufacture a certain amount, so it feels like FOMO. And
sorry, I just remembered now. He didn't mention this, but maybe he doesn't have it. That's understandable. It's fine. It's fine. But I'll extend it on my end. Okay, yeah, fine. If you want to go for these other products and other alternatives like Conflict 47, Bolt Action, and all that, understandable. That's fine. But I would stretch it a little bit further. 3D printing. 3D printing obviously has a high initial cost, but it becomes cheaper in the long term. You can build anything you want at any time. There's no such thing as out of stock, and you can get your models ready to go in mere hours. Obviously, it depends on the size and, you know, how big it is, blah, 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 blah. But regardless, my point is 3D printing, it is so accessible, and you can just easily make things that you want to make, and you can make it in your very own room. As long as you have ventilation, no problem. That's what I would throw my 2 cents into it.
That's what they're doing. They're playing on your FOMO. Do you even collect the faction? No, you probably don't even collect the faction. You're just getting it for the FOMO. Yeah, I'm out.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
I'm out, GW. I might do Warhammer content with what I've got. I might do Conflict 47. I'm gonna do Fallout Tactics. I'm gonna talk about the gym. Hell, buying gym equipment and getting my car fixed is cheaper than Games Workshop products. Think about that. This is meant to be...
My car is more cheaper than GW. Actually, my car is more cheaper than getting a fucking Titan. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Such a shit joke.
a hobby, not something that you rely on. And I've talked to super Warhammer fans who have given up food and have had divorces because they chose Warhammer over that. Their finances. And the wife's found out. I know people who've done that.
Oh yeah, same here.
And I look at them and go, are you crazy? Have you lost all insanity? Have you put plastic, basically crack, as a priority over family, work, and real life? Far out. There's so many times where I just look at them and go, you need to go outside. You need to go into different reading. You need to do other stuff, man. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm out. Bye. I'm out.
Fantastic video. That was actually really good. And he even deep dived more than I intend. Yeah. This is mine. Wow. Really good. Yeah, no, generally, that was a really good video. That was actually really good. He went to topics that I personally covered already. Now, obviously, he does it his own way. But, yeah, no, he just summarized it all in one. Tabletop ass. Books ass. I'm surprised he didn't talk about models. Maybe the models are fine, but obviously most people that have a complaint about is essentially... what's the word? The pricing. Why? Because it's more convenient to go to the shelf and get it than, you know, for example, like 3D printing. Oh, the resin's gonna kill me. Shut your bitch ass up. Resin ain't gonna kill you. Obviously, if you're overexposed with resin, the worst thing that could ever happen to you is you starting itching. That's it. That's fucking it. Relax. Okay. Oh, Prometheus from Australia. Have you printed using your 3D printer? Yeah. I've showed many models before. I've shown it on my channel. But right now I'm too tired to even remember where stuff is. But yeah. I know you guys are my viewers, so by default you guys gotta be like, well, Warhammer 40k shit. Me not like 40k. Understandable. Understandable. But also the last part that he mentioned, how some people are just insane where they go for the FOMO, they go for divorce and all that. Yeah, no, that really fucking happens with people. Why? Because they're fucking addicted. They didn't just lose sanity. It is essentially Stockholm Syndrome and the sucking cost fallacy, where they've dedicated their whole life into Warhammer 40k and only Warhammer 40k. And because of that, they have a thing called cognitive dissonance, where they know the problem is, but they still keep going with it because it's a fucking addiction. It is essentially addiction. Funny enough, I got something to talk about, a little bit of that in the next video if I'm gonna make it. Guardsman minis in 3D printer is more better than GW prices. Yeah. For a 10-man squad. For a 10-man squad with bases, everything ready to go, it cost me like $5 Australian just to print them. Compared to whatever the... Let's take a look. So 86. So that is like roughly $60 in US. But if we go from Intercess, yeah, let's go. Yeah, Intercessor Squad. There we go. Oh, yo, look at that price. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. 110. Ooh, yeah. So that's probably around 90 or 80? 80 US. Let's go for heavy Intercessor. You know what's also funny? if I go and watch Gamza's video that is like a couple years old and compare that with current prices, I can already guarantee you they've increased that fucking price. $110 for a 5-man squad. I can already build 10 of them, or around maybe at the very least $3 US. $3 US. I'm just saying. Have you made Greek studies or Australian studies or a hybrid of them using 3D printer? Nope. Because I got something in mind, but it's just going to be a very, very long project. Not because it's difficult. It's just that, it's more of a financial thing. I'm just like, oh, hey man, can you, like, once I like have a sketch ready to go and have maybe some artists to make proper proportions and all that, and then I could just send that to someone else and make a 3D model for me, and then, you know, pre-supports and all that shit, you know, that kind of stuff. I'm planning a 100k Imperial Regiment using 3D printer. Increase that number more. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, no, like, what is it? My Iron Warrior army? Probably above 4k now. And if I start building more, I'm probably like, what? I can easily make a 10k army. Easily. Just build some Land Raiders, Predators, fucking Rhinos, fucking Razorbacks, Whirl Mills. Yeah, Whirl Mill, I think it was called. But yeah. But that is it for this, more or less, the stream. Like, I just, I don't know why. I just see this title here, Warhammer Model of the Year saved with new rules, and then this core game saying, I'm out. I'm out. Yep, I'm done. Fuck this shit. I'm out. I love videos when they do a comparison. This piece of shit. This video. As much as I want to sit here and just watch it and be like, okay, where is it? Wait, what? Wait, what? Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? I'm sorry, what? 2 years ago. Sorry, this just caught my eye. Hold up. Hold up. When was this made? Okay, this is not an April Fool's joke. July the 26th. Sorry, that is so off topic. I'll have to double check before I say anything. But he's done with Games Oh no, he's done with Games Workshop. He's not. Wait. Yeah, I don't. That's a confusing title. But then again, 2 a.m. brain. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm done with Games Dude, okay, right there. 40k fan right there. I'm done with Games Workshop. And then now we're going for the new video. Is Lima Russ Vanquisher and auto include? Are you fucking kidding me? Is Warhammer getting spent? Shut your bitch ass up. Shut your bitch. The darkness inside me is returning. Dude, this is why I fucking go through these channels and I'm just like, dude, when did this channel come out? 2013. Okay, I can't really do much on that one. But yeah, 2013. I've seen his channel before. Doesn't really affect me, but man, I'm getting way too distracted with this. But yeah, interesting. Not gonna comment too much. I'm not gonna comment too much on that. Anyways, let's take a look with the comments here. Because I did say I want to check the comments real quick. My bad. Okay, yep, that's a fine comment. What Mike Brooks done to Alpha Legion is so cringe and gay. Yeah. Mike Brooks, what else did you expect? Yep. Normal comment. Yep, normal comment. Only solution is to buy a lot of Games Workshop stock to the point they have to listen. Hypothetically, yes. But in reality, no. Why? Because we ain't fucking rich. Fucking real dumbass. Okay, let's see. Big text. We see big text. We ignore that. That shit too much. Why? Because they rather lecture you and waste your time than, you know, getting to the point of things. Yeah, okay. Seems everything's positive. Oh, it's mine. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Okay, let's see. Yep. Okay, it seems everything is just fine. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. We found him, boys. We found him. I'll see you later, Nettle. No worries, man. Take care of yourself, because this stream is gonna end anyways soon. So I'm just making a quick look, and then I'll disappear. Woo. Anyways, let's see. You're not a fan of doom crying. Black Library has some killer titles in 2025 alone. Oh, for 40k books. Interceptor City being the obvious one. Vile Scared was also decent for a Xeno novel, and people criticizing it hadn't read it at all, which leads to the hilarity. Yeah, that beard is real, fellas. That beard is real. All right. Oh, fuck you know. Oh, someone even mentioned the 3D printer. The man's literally me. Let's see. Yeah, I only found one. Fascinating. Yeah, okay, fuck. This is more positive than mine. Oh well. That's fine. I'm not too bothered about it, but hey. If he's gonna go for alternatives, that's good for him. I appreciate that him, you know, he's looking for alternatives, go for that. And for the remembrance, sir, YouTube ain't gonna do shit. So you're better off just look for alternatives. At least Corn Games is looking for alternatives. He's like, well, GW ain't doing shit. All right, I'm just gonna go look for alternatives. That should be more or less the mindset on this. But whatever. Okay. You may look at my eyes now. Look at me. What's next? A raccoon fucking stream? And it's just me staring like that in your own soul and all that? Anyways, I think I'll leave it here. Thank you so much, guys, for the donations. Thank you for participating for this very random stream out of the blue, but hey, I try to make streams to make them to a certain extent unique. I'm trying to make them special as much as possible, but because this topic came up, I was like, you know what, I might as well do a stream than doing a video about it, because I can't be fucked. I can't be fucked. I can't be fucked. or else the video is going to be like, oh wow, yeah, you're fucking surprised now. Where were you? Born yesterday? You know, just being the asshole that I usually am. So yeah. We're just playing the game of Zombicide and had a blast with it. It was good. It was good. Like, I play games like God of War shit, and I'm gonna play them again. Because I really enjoy like the whole gameplay and all that aspect. Because I just finished Ascension, and the only thing I have left is like Ghost of Sparta and Chains of Olympus. But that is just me though. I go for other games anyways. But this is just giving you a pure example. Like, I don't just do 40k. I go do other shit. Because if I just stick to the 40k, I only know 40k, and you know, variety don't go around. Anyways, that is all for this stream. Thank you so much for staying around, and maybe I'll see you guys in the next video on the next stream. Enjoy your morning, your evening, or your nighttime at 2 a.m. in the fucking morning like me. And I will see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao. Enjoy. Bye-bye.